Vernon Jones. He's a Democrat, but he's supporting President Trump's reelection campaign. Mr. Jones, thanks for your time, sir.
Thank you so much.
President Trump, as you know, has made the military central to his campaign, central to his presidency. But this is an issue that involves the safety of U.S. troops. President Trump said there he did not raise it in that phone call with Vladimir Putin, said he hasn't raised it with him. Also, once again, casting doubt on the U.S. intelligence community. Explain why Americans should feel confident giving him another term as commander-in-chief.
Well, first of all, President Trump is about results. He's been tough on foreign countries, making sure they pay their fair share. At the same time, he's dealt with the unfair trades. It wasn't fair from the beginning. And it relates to the military. My dad's World War II veteran, 4 brothers served in the military. He's strong on defense, giving the military the tools and resources that they need to defend themselves and to defend the American people. He has stood up to Russia, China, and anyone else. Everyone knows that this president...
How has he stood up to Russia specifically?
Well, I think if you look at the penalties, you look at the positions, you look at the actions he's taken against Russia, he was much more strong on Russia than President Obama. Everyone knows, and you do too, that President Trump is no lamb. He's strong. He's solid as Arabian Mountain. He protects this country. He puts this country first, and most Americans agree with him. And so I support this president. Many support this president. But anything this president does to the left and to those who just do not want to support this president, they just have those issues. They're going to make things regardless. But would you want Joe Biden in the basement or shut out the White House in the event? Let me just say this.
No, but we're talking about Russia specifically.
Lack of leadership, who's been weak on foreign affairs.
Mr. Jones,
I'd much rather have a president like President Trump.
With regards to Russia specifically here, the President of the United States, despite a mountain of evidence and solid reporting on this idea that bounties were being offered on American soldiers in Afghanistan, why not bring it up on the phone at least?
Well, first of all,
why not bring it up at any point? Not just that phone call. Why not address it with Vladimir Putin at all, if he is in fact so hard on Russia?
First of all, where's the mountain of evidence that it was said? Where was the mountain of evidence in the Russian collusion, the Russian hoax? There's a lot of misinformation, erroneous information, outright lies. You know it, I know it, and the American people know it. This president is solid. He is not wasting his time. He is focused. And Russia knows that this president, President Trump, is not playing around. He is not the lamb of the previous administrations. And so I feel comfortable. The American people feel comfortable. Now, the left may not, and the liberals may not. It's because of election year. But this president is solid. And we'd much rather have him at the head of this country dealing with Russia than Joe Biden.
You are an elected Democrat there in the state of Georgia, as I understand it, but yet you're supporting the Republican president's reelection bid. How is that going over in your district?
Well, obviously, my district knows about me. I've served as county executive. I've run a government. I've done things to move my county forward and the people, serve them well, solid record of accomplishments. But this is not about politics. This is about putting your country before politics, putting your country before the party. President Trump is right on target with results. Prior to the pandemic, he had the best, and you know it, the best economy that we've had going back years and years and years. The Democratic Party chose to put
an economy that even many on the right have acknowledged that he inherited from the previous administration.
That's fake news.
Well, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
If you look at the unemployment among African Americans during his years and during the Obama years, clearly it was much better. If you look at opportunity zone districts, if you look at support and financial support to historical colleges, clearly it's better off under his administration than the previous administration. So, I don't want to get caught into politics.
Well,
just because I'm a Democrat, my party feels though that
I like to traffic in facts, and much of what you just said is patently false. But I do want to. Representative Jones, this is my show. I'll ask questions. Give me a second.
You had me on your show,
I know,
let me explain. Don't cut me off when I'm giving an answer.
I'm not cutting you off, but I do want to. Are you a paid campaign surrogate? Are you being compensated?
Let me be clear. You get paid to shape a liberal narrative. You get paid to attack this president. I don't get a dime for this president. I don't get a dime from the campaign. Everything I've done has been me and based on my principles. And see, that's the problem. When an African American that's elected official,
I did not raise your
Let me finish now. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Whoa. You're not going to imply that I asked that question because you're black.
So don't ask me that. You only ask me that because I don't fit your narrative. No, this president never offered anything. I don't want anything from this president. It's what I can do for my country. And you need to accept that many other African Americans and others support this president because of his policies. And to insult me to say, am I getting paid?
I've asked the same question. I've asked the same question
and that's
of
Democrats
who come on.
MSNBC and their narrative to keep blacks silent who happen to support this president. Why can't I be like white liberals or other whites? Nobody questions they're getting paid.
State
so I have to get paid. Do you ask Democrats? Do they get paid?
I just said if you
paid by Joe Biden.
I just said to you.
Have you ever asked any host on your show that they've been paid by Joe Biden?
State Representative Vernon Jones. Representative Jones, thank you. Do come back. An open invitation.
I love to come back.
Thank you.